Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another Walking Dead video. So I want to talk about a few things here with The Walking Dead. There's actually quite a bit of stuff here that is really exciting. So before we go any further, make sure to be a subscriber if you do want to get all my Walking Dead content like this. The Last of Us is premiering this Sunday. So yeah, I will do my episode 1 breakdown this Sunday. Also for Daredevil, I know I've been getting some people asking like, am I covering the show still? I still am. Honestly, the show hasn't been the best and I haven't been the most interested in it, but I will do my review next Tuesday. So Tuesday night after the finale airs for the season, I'll do my full season review, catching up on the last however many episodes that I missed. And so give my thoughts on that, the ending, and like what could happen for season 2. So yeah, stay tuned for that. But for The Last of Us, I will be covering this no matter what, like every single Sunday, probably throughout the week as well, because it's a really big show and I'm really excited for it. And it's zombie apocalypse related, and it'll be a really nice show to watch until we get Dead City in like 3.5 weeks, right? So definitely I'm really excited. So as I said, make sure to be a subscriber if you want to get all my Walking Dead content, but let's get into what I wanted to talk about here. So there's actually quite a bit of stuff here, so we'll have to go through this stuff pretty fast here, but we do have the episode titles for The Walking Dead Dead City Season 2, and from what I see here, the episode titles don't necessarily give anything away. There's some really interesting titles. I think the very first episode, Power Equals Power, I think really tells us a lot of what that first episode is going to be about, right? I think Negan will get Lucille. It's going to be a really amazing ending to the episode where it really sets up that he's back. And yeah, now he's the leader of New York City, or he's the new enforcer, or however things are going to go, right? His power is going to equal the power of Radio City Music Hall, I guess, turning on again, and just like power in Manhattan, right? Like it's going to be a really cool moment, I think, overall. In terms of the other episodes, episode 3 is titled, Why Did the Mainlanders Cross the River? That's obviously something related to Bruegel, right? Because he says that in the trailer. So that's probably going to be a big Bruegel episode, I would say, most likely where I think Maggie and everyone actually arrived to New York City. So it's probably going to be that episode. In terms of all the other episodes, I mean, it's kind of hard to say. I think episode 6 titled Bridge Partners Are Hard to Come By These Days. Like, I don't know what that means, but I know episode 6 is the episode that Lauren Cohen is directing. So maybe it is something in regards to a bridge exploding. I know she said in terms of the visual effects, it's like the biggest thing that they've ever done for The Walking Dead, or maybe it's just for the show. I can't remember exactly what she said, but it was something like that. So yeah, maybe something like that happens, right? But yeah, good titles, I would say, overall. But let's get into, I guess, something that sort of happened today. And that is, I guess, confirmation that season 3 is going to have a new showrunner here. So I saw this here on Twitter, or sorry, X, and I've been seeing a lot of people reference like this one website where I guess you're able to see, information on like who's the director or showrunner or writers for like these upcoming shows, right? And apparently for season 3 of The Walking Dead Dead City, it looks like Seth Hoffman is going to be the new showrunner. So I don't know too much about him. Obviously, this isn't confirmed yet, but when you actually look at some of the stuff that he's done, like he was a producer on The Walking Dead from 2013 to 2016, and that was 48 episodes. So that was what, season 3 roughly until like season, I don't know, 5 or 6 or something like that, like around those seasons though. So he does have experience with The Walking Dead. Honestly, I think that he will do great overall. I think that Dead City, it's not like he's establishing a brand new show. The show has its direction already. It sort of knows where it's going. I am very interested in why Eli Journet isn't the showrunner anymore, though. I wonder if we'll learn a little bit more about that. Like, it really could have been just creative differences, and I feel like that's probably what it is. He most likely wanted the show to go in a different direction, or something like that. I mean, that's usually what it is, right? So yeah, maybe we'll find out at the end of the month here, but it does seem like for sure we are getting season 3 of The Walking Dead Dead City, and I'm assuming season 4 is most likely going to happen. Like, based off that information we got before, it seems like they're going to be filming 2 seasons back to back, and it's not confirmed yet that that's going to be the end. That's the thing. Like, at TWU Filming on Twitter or X, that was the interpretation that the account had, was that like maybe this would be the end, but obviously nothing official kind of thing. Like the account believes it could be the end, right? So nothing confirmed at all, but maybe that is what we get, right? And again, I think all of us are totally okay with that, because that's sort of what we expected with the spinoff, is that it would have about 4 seasons, right? 4 or 5 seasons. That's sort of what we've all said. And so that makes a lot of sense. Like, that 4th season came out in 2027. And so when you look back at, when they were first announced in like what, 2021 or 2022 or something like that, like looking to the future, we were like, yeah, 4 or 5 seasons. It'll probably end around 2027, 28. Like that seems so far in the future at that point, but we're here in 2025 now, right? And so I think that it makes a lot of sense that 2027, could be the last season for Dead City, because then they can actually start to get into some of the reunion stuff with all the characters, right? I think that's going to be a lot of fun. So yeah, in terms of this year, this is really interesting. If season 3 is actually going to have Seth Hoffman as the new showrunner, I'm really excited to see what the showrunner could actually do here. But in terms of how I view Eli Journe, I think that he's honestly done really amazing work on Dead City. There's no issue that I have with him at all. I think the showrunners for all the shows have done really amazing. I think David Zabel for The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon, is doing a really amazing job as well. I just think the issue there is more the episode count, to be honest. Like, I know he's talked about that in interviews where it's like, like we have to do this because like 6 episodes, right? Like you got to kind of do the story like this or that. I'm not quoting him or anything, just paraphrasing what he said, but I do know that the episode count, like if they had more episodes, like 8 or 10 episodes, then, season 2 wouldn't have felt so rushed. And, like the story it was. I think that even if Isabel died in the season and it was like I still think it was a bad choice, but even if Isabel did die in that season, if it was told better over 8 or 10 episodes, I think people would have accepted it a lot better, right? It was just because of like how much happened in that episode with her dying and then Madame Janae dying later on and just like, Carol reuniting with Daryl. Like it was a crazy episode that it was too much. It was way too much and you didn't honor all of the moments. Like, yes, those moments are crazy to happen in an episode and it made it a really big episode, but nothing felt earned and it just felt like you never got to live in the story with those characters and just like let scenes breathe a little bit, right? So I think that going into season 3, I hope that there are more episodes. I think that there is still 6 for season 3, but I think that it could be okay for season 3 because of the fact that it will be introducing a different story. I think that's why for season 1, it was all right that it was 6 episodes, even though it still felt a little bit rushed. It was still all right because you were introducing a story. It wasn't going to be like this big, huge story like season 2 was, which I think needed a lot more episodes. But anyways, Dead City, I'm really excited for season 3. I really can't wait for the official announcement here. And I'm assuming they're probably going to announce season 4 as well. But I also wanted to talk about what was going on yesterday. So yesterday there was actually a big event for The Walking Dead. It was the AMC Upfront event where I guess they talked to a lot of people and sort of show what the future is for The Walking Dead and just like, not just for The Walking Dead, but, AMC shows. And I think that, in terms of finding out news about this event, it usually does take some time because I remember last year they had the same event and nothing really came out of the event at all. Like, I think a few weeks later, there were some articles that came out and, some announcements there. But like, I guess we're just going to have to wait a little bit because there was nothing that came out of the event. But there was a lot of interesting things, though. Like obviously the AMC Upfront website had a bunch of stuff where it showed that The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live had like a season 2, like it was 2 seasons, and then it said 2025. So that was interesting. But I've been seeing people say that, like, I think on mobile or desktop, like it's different. So on mobile, I think it was 2 seasons, but on desktop, it said 1 season. So I think it was just sort of messed up in general. I don't think it really confirms anything, but this event was a big deal. And I am really interested in seeing what's going to happen in the future, really in the next couple of weeks here, because I think that's when some of the stuff will probably come out from the event. Like, I think Deadline was there. So I'm assuming they're probably working on some stuff right now and they'll have an article written about what was talked about there probably at the end of the month. There's a big event happening on April 30th, right? Some stuff happening, I guess literally in the beginning of May because of Dead City's premiere. So sometime the next few weeks here, we're going to learn a lot more information from the event. But I just wanted to bring that up. And also the Ones Who Live thing was kind of funny because a lot of people believed right away, like, wait, is this 2 seasons? And I kind of believed it for a second as well, because I was like, wait, what if they announce it at this event? Because they are having an event here and you're only seeing this on that website. So at first, it was exciting, but it was most likely just a mistake. But we'll see, right? Like, The Ones Who Live seems like it's going to be a 1 season thing, but like Gimple said recently, like Rick and Michonne will most likely return in different ways, right? Like, I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically what he said. So but I'm going to leave it here. I did want to mention a couple of things though before I actually ended the video here. Just a couple of notes that I'm not going to be able to do a whole video on, and it's literally been in my notes here actually for the last few days here, and that is that Greg Nicotero is actually going to be a part of a competition show with AMC. There's 6 episodes. It's like a horror-based like competition show, so I think it's mixed with like Survivor and like something like that, but it's going to be like horror themed, right? So I'm really curious as to how that's going to work out. Like that's with Shudder. I think honestly that could be a lot of fun. Like depending on what they do, like that could be really, really popular. I think that's a really good idea. And also Jeffrey Dean Morgan did talk about the fact that Negan is going to be on Fortnite and it wasn't his version of the character. And he said that he would absolutely love to see his version of the character on Fortnite. So it doesn't seem like it was AMC saying no or anything like that. I really feel like Fortnite just sort of reached out to Skybound and I guess got that version of the character. It really was that simple, I think. Like, I don't obviously know for sure, but like they've gotten Rick and Michonne, you know, on the show, and Daryl, and those are the TV show versions of the characters. So Fortnite has worked with AMC before, so it's not like they're going to say no now, right? So I think Fortnite just reached out to Skybound to get like, you know, the comic version of the character. And I think that's just sort of what happened. But a lot of people want the TV show version, and I think they're hearing that now. So I think that at some point in the future, we are most likely going to see that. But yeah. Post all your thoughts down below on everything here, from the episode titles to the AMC upfront events to all the news regarding season 3 and a potential new showrunner for The Walking Dead Dead City. Hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.